Hey everyone, ever find yourself questioning everything? Like, what's the point? Today, we're diving into the heavy stuff, depression. So we're here. We're talking about that thing that whispers in the back of your mind, that feeling that maybe nothing really matters. We're not doing the surface level stuff today. We're diving into the is life even real? Questions, the ones that keep you up at night. Ever looked in the mirror and wondered, does any of this count? Yeah, me too. Let's talk about that feeling of being invisible, even to yourself. Depression isn't just a mood, it's like a filter that distorts everything. The WHO says 5% of adults struggle. But what does that statistic feel like when you're the one in that 5%? Why are women hit harder? Is it just hormones, or is it the way we're wired to carry the weight of the world? Are we just numbers in a report, or are we people drowning in silence? Imagine waking up and the first thought is, why bother? You look around, and everything feels like a stage set, a fake backdrop. You think, does my existence even leave a dent? Is this life just a bad dream? Maybe the only way to find peace is to just fade out. That's the voice of hopelessness. That's the sound of depression when it's eating you from the inside out. How do you know it's not just a rough patch? Persistent sadness, sure. But it's more than that. It's the feeling that joy is a concept you can't even remember. Sleep is a battle, or a way to escape. Food is either nothing or everything. You feel like a ghost, a burden. And the thoughts. The constant, intrusive thoughts that whisper, you're better off gone. It's like your own body and mind have turned against you. Why does this happen? Is it a broken brain? A past that won't let go? A world that's too much? It's a mess of biology, psychology, and circumstance. But does knowing the why actually change the what now? Does understanding the roots make the present any less unbearable? They say there's hope. They say 70 to 90% get better. But when you're in the dark, those numbers feel like a lie. Is there a way out? Maybe therapy, medication, they're supposed to help. But what if they don't? What if I'm just fundamentally broken? What if hope is just another word for disappointment? But what if it isn't? What if there's a therapist who gets it? What if the right medication exists? What if I'm not broken, just deeply wounded? What if recovery is possible, even if it feels impossible? They say try mindfulness, talk to someone, set goals. But what if you're too numb to feel anything? What if you've built walls so high no one can reach you? What if the idea of setting goals feels like a cruel joke? Maybe, just maybe, it's about finding the smallest acts of resistance. Let's try to look at it a bit differently. Instead of focusing on what might go wrong, let's think about what could go right. Imagine therapy not as some scary thing, but as a place to learn new ways to cope. Maybe it's about finding that one person who really gets you, who you can just be yourself with. And medication? Think of it like a little boost, helping your brain get back on track. It's about finding what works for you. And that might take a bit of time, and that's okay. And listen, it's not all on you. Depression is a tricky thing, and sometimes it takes a team effort. It takes trying different things, being patient, and not giving up on yourself. Even if you've had a rough time with treatment before, things can change. There are always new ways to try, new people to meet, and you're growing and changing too. This isn't about promising a perfect life, but about finding those little moments of feeling better, those little sparks of hope. One moment of stillness. One text to a friend, even if you don't expect a reply. One step outside, even if it's just to the porch. It's not about fixing everything. It's about finding those tiny pockets of space where the darkness doesn't quite reach. If you're feeling this way, know that maybe you're not alone. Maybe there's someone else out there asking the same questions.